Increase Skin's health span with Neod regimens, curated to prepare, optimize, and conserve the skin with a roster of formulations that optimize your skin's natural functions. Neod Advanced Protocol, comprehensive AM and PM skin support.
Check out Mahomes scrambling into T-Mobile to get the new iPhone 16 Pro built for Apple Intelligence. Cuz holding it up like a baby lion. Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
All right, we're good. Let's hope so. All right, I think we're good. All right, what's going on, people? Welcome in. This is BigBearFoundation.com. Back here with another video. We're gonna give you guys into our live reaction show. Remember, we do this every single week. We're gonna grade every single matchup here, what we saw from week 8. So if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We do appreciate it. Make sure you guys go join the Discord as well. Appreciate that. That's already in the description below. Gotta check those out. We have a lot to talk about this week. A lot of crazy stuff happened this week, and I'm coming off of another pretty good week of football. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into these things. If you guys want to participate, you guys can. We're gonna get into the awards where you guys can really get into participation. Not gonna do so in the grades if you guys haven't been here in a long time. This is just something that we do every single day. So so just bear with us there. But I think we're all ready to go here. I think I already have. Let me check, see if I have anything up here. Okay, it looks like I do. So we can go ahead and get started here. So let's let me change my screen here real quick. Alright, and here we go. We're back here with the tier list. I'm making myself a little bit bigger because last time, if you guys haven't checked out the last video I did with Cam, the NBA picks video for week 2. Make sure you guys go check that out. Hopefully my computer doesn't butt out like it previously did, but anyway, here we go. We're doing this again. We got this again. You guys know the deal if you guys haven't been here, and if you guys haven't really been with the channel, we do this every single week, every single Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be the picks video with the subs. So make sure you guys like and subscribe there. That's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of good games coming up this week. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into our first game here, where we have my Rams surprisingly beating the Vikings here 30-20. Pretty awesome performance by LA. I'll be completely honest. Defense did whatever they could. Offense played really good. But we look at the Vikings here. I mean, I gotta get credit. Aaron Donald actually played a pretty good game. 18 for 25, 240 yards and 2 touchdowns. I thought he played really good. Aaron Jones kind of struggled in this one. Only 19 for 58. Justin Jefferson led the team receiving for 8 for 115. But Josh Oliver and Trent Sherfield also had touchdowns. I was kind of disappointed in the Vikings defense. I mean, they didn't force any picks or any turnovers. They did force an interception, but besides that, I think that's it. Like, I think that's all they did. Like, they got no sacks. I don't think they even got the Matthew Stafford once, which was pretty impressive, by the way. Vikings still played a good game. Like, even though they lost, I will say that this team still played a pretty good, decent game overall. Maybe looking at the Rams here, who surprisingly won this game. Matthew Stafford was amazing. 25 for 34, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Kyren Williams continued to carry the team, 23 for only 97 on the ground this time. Receiving wise, I didn't know Puka Nacua was coming back from the Rams for us. I didn't know he was. If he does, maybe I would have picked the Rams, but Puka Nacua didn't practice once, but he was absolutely outstanding. 7 for 106. Cooper Kupp 5 for 51, a touchdown. Demarcus Robinson had 2 touchdowns, and Kyren Williams also had a receiving touchdown. Defense got 3 sacks. Pretty good day of the defense. Like, they didn't do a lot, but they did kind of like the starting role performance. Like, defenses that didn't really have the best night, but they really did their job. So I gotta give credit to the defense. Offense was absolutely outstanding for us in this game. Defense, we could have done a little bit better, but I'm honestly not complaining about it. I'm going to give the Rams an A tier this week. Give the Rams an A tier. I thought we did a really good job this week. Hold up, we can go ahead and get rid of the bye tier because nobody was on a bye this week. But Rams, I think we get an A tier. That was a pretty good dominant performance out of us. We gave up 14 points immediately, but the Rams defense did a really good job. We allowed 6 points right after that. Offense was really good. It was really fun to watch getting those receiver back. The Rams are going to be a very scary team. We're gonna be scary coming up here in a few weeks. So, especially with the NFC West wide open for us, so I think we can capitalize all of it. So that was a good start for the Rams. Vikings, I'm gonna give the Vikings a B tier. I think offensively they looked good throughout the first quarter. Besides that, they kind of slowed down. Defense kind of slowed down a little bit. So I'm gonna give them a B tier. I don't think they played that bad either. I think their defense did enough to keep them in the game. But at the end of the day, now you could we'll get into the master lock in a moment. But there is a fair point that you could master lock in this game if you wanted to. But yeah, no. So B, A tier, Rams on top. Let's go. Alright, next we have the Eagles beating the shit out of the Bengals here 37-13. And this was actually kind of shocking because I was not expecting this to be an ass whooping. Here we go, Jalen Hurts here, 16 for 20, 236 yards and 1 touchdown. He played alright. Saquon had 22 for 108, but Jalen Hurts had 3 rushing touchdowns. Wow, think about the guys who've been playing against him in fantasy. Devontae Smith led the team receiving for 8 for 65 and a touchdown. AJ Brown was kind of quiet though, only 5 for 84. Let's see here. Defense was outstanding for the Eagles as well. Like I said, only 1 sack, the interception. They forced 2 turnovers. Like the Eagles' defense was really good in this game, only allowing 17 points against what I consider to be one of the hottest offenses in football. So that is kind of surprising there. We'll look at the Bengals here. Joe Burrow, 26 for 237, 234 yards, touchdown, and pick. Chase Brown here was kind of struggling throughout the game, 12 from 32. The Eagles' rush defense has been pretty good these last couple weeks. Mike Gesicki led the team receiving, actually, with 7 for 73. Jamar Chase was right behind him with 9 for 54 in his score. Defense force. Defense. What did defense do? No sacks, no picks, no turnovers, no nothing. But I mean, Cincinnati kept it close throughout the majority of the game, but the Eagles started blowing away. I was overall pretty disappointed in Cincy. Like, wearing those white uniforms at home, I thought that would be a big time changer in this one. I'm gonna give the Bengals a D tier. I wasn't really impressed all about the performance this week. I thought they could have done a lot of things better. I definitely expected the offense to score more than 17 points, though. I mean, that was pretty disappointing there. But yeah, I think they go into D tier for me this week. Eagles, though, I'm gonna give the Eagles an A tier. I mean, they kind of just dominated that game. I know it was kind of close, so that's why I kind of had to give the Eagles an deduction point because it was kind of close for a minute. But overall, I mean, especially in the fourth quarter, the Eagles just absolutely dominated the Bengals in there, and that's what just kind of took the game away from the Bengals here. But no shot from the Bengals. They just couldn't do whatever they said. So there you go. We gotta get the Eagles an A tier, and we're gonna give Cincy a D tier for me this week. All right, next up we have one of our more upsets of the year. We had the Browns actually beating the Ravens with Jameis Winston back there. Speaking of Jameis Winston, let's go ahead and talk about him first. He played a great game, 27-41, 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Browns offense looks really good with him back there. Nick Chubb only 16 for 52. I think he's just continuing to get his legs underneath him, coming off the injury. Tillman led the team receiving for 7 for 99 and 2 scores. Njoku also had to score on tight ends day, but I'm going to call it week. Defense was really good for Cleveland too. Had 3 sacks, no turnovers and no fumbles, but they did. Browns defense was very impactful in this game. Maybe look at the Ravens. I was kind of disappointed in them how they finished out this game. I did not think that the Ravens would ever lose this game, but they did. Divisional games. I mean, I probably should have kind of thought about that too. Divisional games. You guys know how tough it is to win divisional games out here. But Lamar 24-38, 289 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he even had a pretty good performance in the loss. Derrick Henry 11 for 73. I'm not sure why he only took 11 carries, but he did have 63 yards in the score. Zay Flowers led the team receiving for 7 for 115, but Aguilar had a touchdown and Mark Andrews also had a touchdown. So, Mark Andrews get a little bit more impactful in the offense. Defense had 2 sacks. Didn't really force a pick or a fumble, but they did have 2 sacks, and both defenses I thought played the same. So overall, not bad performance from both teams. I'm gonna give Baltimore a C tier just because I kind of expected a little bit more from them. I didn't think they were gonna lose to Cleveland. I mean, especially with the team that literally had no offensive identity. But they did not play that bad. They didn't play bad. I'll give that to them. They didn't play that bad in this game, but I did not expect them to lose. Cleveland, though, that was very impressive, man. Defense came in clutch when you guys needed it. Offense looked really good. Game was close. You guys still haven't performed your best. You guys need to get going on a running game a little bit. But overall, that was a pretty convincing win, showing that you guys might have some life in you. I'll give you guys a solid B tier performance. Not the best, not the worst, but it was good enough to see the team has a little bit more life in them. Maybe like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, maybe you can get some life in ourselves. So that was a good win there for the Cleveland Browns. They really needed that to get any type of motivation going on here for moving forward. Next we have the Lions shellacking the Titans here, and I'm pretty sure this will be plain and simple. If you just look at the Titans sideline, there's really nothing to look at here. Mason Rudolph played a terrible game. Mason Rudolph did get the rushing touchdown, but that's about it. Westbrook got the receiving touchdown, and defense got their asses obliterated. But even though they were kind of, I will say for the Titans, they did keep it interesting for a little bit. They kept things close for just a little bit, but ever since then, they've been starting to get their asses kicked. Alright, let's take a look at Detroit here. Jared Goff here, he only had 15 passing attempts for only 85 yards, but he did have 3 touchdowns, so what the heck. Jahmyr Gibbs led the team in rushing. I mean, these two running backs continue to be one of the best in football, if not the best in football. They both went off for a score, and they both have fantastic performances. Sam Laporta, Rayman White, Amar St. Brown, all the touchdowns. Like, what the heck? And Amar St. Brown only had 2 receptions in this game. That's something that you'll probably never see again. Also, Detroit's defense, and they only got 1 sack, but they forced two interceptions, and they really locked in ever since like the start of the second quarter. The Lions defense was absolutely on lockdown for the Titans, that they just couldn't do a damn thing for the rest of the night. So therefore, the Lions are going to get an easy S tier, first S tier of the night. Lions played terrific in this game. They just beat the shit out of them, and there's just nothing negative I can say about the Lions in this game. Titans, though, you would think I would give them an F tier for allowing 52 points, but like I said, I will give them a point for D tier because they did keep the game close at some point. And maybe we thought they were going to fight it along, but outside that, they got their asses kicked. So I'm going to give them a D tier just because they fought for the minute. If they got their asses kicked from start to finish, yeah, they're going to the F tier. But I'll give them a D tier. They fought for a little bit. They fought until the second half. That's what I'll say. They fought until the second half. Actually, no, they fought until a little bit after the first quarter, like halfway in the second quarter. That's when they started to give up. But overall, that was not a bad performance here by the Titans until then. But overall, the Lions continue to be, in my words, the best team in football right now. Alright, next up we got the Cardinals squeaking out a win in Miami, I should say. Even though I was kind of disappointed in Miami. I mean, not really, but I was kind of like, first of all, I didn't think you would lose to the Cardinals with Tua. But they did score 27 points. Their offense did look a lot better in this one. Alright, let's take a look at Kyler Murray's 26 for 36, 307 yards and 2 touchdowns. He played a fantastic game here. James Conner, 20 for 53 and had a score. Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride led the team receiving for 9 for 24. That's pretty good, but Marvin Harrison Jr. had 6 for 11 in a score, and Michael Wilson also had a score. Defense had 1 sack, didn't force any turnovers or fumbles, but it was a pretty good, solid defensive performance from both of these two teams. I'll be completely honest with you. Good win, Arizona. Meanwhile, looking at the Dolphins here, 28 for 38, 234 yards and 1 touchdown. Like I said, the Dolphins' offense looks a lot better with him back there. Monster had 2 touchdowns, but not for 19. But A-Chain kind of struggled in this one, 2 for 90. I mean, both running backs kind of struggled in this one, but Monster got the 2 scores. Receiving wise, Tyreek Hill led the team in receiving for 6 for 72. A-Chain had 6 for 50 in the touchdown. And then, Miami's fumbles were unbelievable. I mean, Miami did turn over the ball a little bit too much. Oh, wow. Okay, so they did force fumbles. Okay, sorry, Arizona. Anyway, Miami's defense didn't really do anything in this game. No sacks, no turnovers. I don't think they forced any fumbles. I mean, they did one, but besides that, the Dolphins, both of these two teams' defenses literally did about the same work, while the Cardinals were a little bit more impactful. But that was a good win there. That was a good win here. Good win here for the Cardinals, man. I definitely was. I was impressed about the Cardinals' performance, actually. I think both these two teams played a pretty good game overall. Both defenses probably took a little step back, but I'm gonna give both teams both B tiers. I thought they both played just about the same ball. I thought both teams kind of played well in this one. Can't really deny. I mean, I'm not gonna say total A tier performance because there's some things that they could improve on, but overall, that's not a bad performance from these two. They definitely get B tiers for me. All right, next we have the Jets losing to the. My fucking god. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done with the New York Jets, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just done with the New York Jets. How in the hell do you lose against how the hell do you lose to the New England Patriots? Seriously, how do you lose to the Patriots? I mean, that is the most bullshit thing ever. And this is the Jets, man. Like, the Jets are 2-6 right now. Like, holy shit. We're looking at Aaron Rodgers, 17 for 28, 233 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay, I guess he played a good game. Breece Hall struggled. Receiving was led by Russell Wilson for 5 for 113, but Tyler Conklin had the touchdown, and Senior Gibson also had the touchdown there. Defense had 2 sacks, but I don't think this Jets team really did anything too much offensively. Like, when you look at this game and what they did on the offensive side of things, it was bullshit. Like I don't know what the Jets were really thinking. I don't know what they were doing. But when we look at the Patriots here, Jacoby Brissett. Drake May unfortunately got injured, but I hope he's okay. But Jacoby Brissett, he did alright. 15 for 24, 132 yards, no touchdowns or no picks, but he did his job. Marjorie Stevenson, 20 for 48. He did kind of struggle there, but he did have 2 scores. And Drake May had a receiving score before he went out with the injury. No receiving touchdowns here for New England, but looks like everybody got a little bit impactful here. Defense had 1 sack, and I think New England's defense might only have 1 sack, and the stat sheet doesn't really made that much. But overall, I thought New England played a really good game defensively. I'll be completely honest. I thought they did really well. Meanwhile, for the Jets, I gotta give the Jets a D tier. Remember, like I normally when a team scores 22 points, I don't normally give them a D tier. But I would give the Jets a D tier. They made a lot of stupid decisions in this game. I just saw not a lot of complimentary football. This team doesn't look like. This team just does not look like the same like as we all expected to this season. So I'm gonna give them a D. Plus, they didn't really expect this team to really lose to the Patriots. I mean, so that's kind of why I had to walk away from it because that was just the most embarrassing thing I think I've ever seen. Patriots though, not a bad game. I'm gonna give you guys a C tier. Not a bad game, not the worst game. Offense definitely came to life. Defense wasn't the best, but they did just enough for them to win the game. So it was a pretty good, impressive performance there by the Patriots. I'm not gonna lie. But Jets, how in the hell do you lose to the fucking Patriots, man? You just lost to the Patriots. You lost to the Patriots. Okay, I'm done. Jets, you guys are getting made a disaster. I can't say that word, but that's where you are right now. Alright, next up we got the Falcons. Man, get the hell out of here. Next we got the Falcons losing against the Bucks here, 31-26, and this was a pretty great game if you're asking me. Kirk Cousins, 23 for 39, 276 yards and 4 touchdowns. He continued to ball out against his Tampa Bay defense here. Bijan Robinson, 13 for 63 here. Kyle Pitts led the team, receiving 4 for 91 on 2 touchdowns on Titans weekend. Jordan Mooney and Bijan Robinson also had receiving touchdowns through the air. Defense had no sacks, so I actually like what Tampa Bay was actually able to do in this game, minus the receivers. I thought they played way better than I thought I was going to advertise them to. So I'm going to give Tampa Bay some respect. Also, Falcons defense was pretty impactful in this game. Like I said, no sacks, no turnovers, but besides that, I thought this team was impactful though. Maybe we're looking at Tampa Bay here. Baker Mayfield, 37 for 50, 330 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Actually, not a bad day from Baker Mayfield, I'm being completely honest. Especially without receivers, that's a pretty good day. Good performance out of Baker Mayfield, honestly. Bucky Irving kind of struggled in this one. Wright also struggled in this one. Receiving was led by Kate on Titans weekend, 9 for 81 and 2 scores, while Rashad Wright also had a receiving score. Defense had 2 sacks, didn't force any turnovers or picks, but they were a little bit impactful. Like they made some plays down throughout the ground. Now through the air, yeah, they were terrible, but throughout the ground, they made some plays there. So I thought that was really impactful there. Even though the Bucs did lose this game, I'm gonna praise this team because I didn't think they were gonna perform this well without any of their receivers. So I'm definitely gonna give Tampa Bay some respect here. Overall, this was a pretty fun game. Besides the defenses, I thought these two teams really played a good game. Well, I'm gonna go A tier for both teams. I thought they really played well. Tampa Bay really impressed me with what they were able to do without the receivers, and just in Atlanta, they just played a really good game. Besides their defenses, which is only getting a small deduction. Besides that, I think they both played a really good game. I think they both get A tiers. All right, next we got the Packers beating the Jaguars here 30-27, and I told you guys this game was going to be close. I told you guys to take the Jags with the points, but the Packers ended up winning this game. But it's kind of unfortunate though for Jaguars. Like I told you, Jacksonville has too much power to be this bad. Even though they are 2-6 right now, I do think the Jaguars are definitely better than the 2-6 record. So maybe they go out and show that sometimes, but it was just a tough game for them to win. And unfortunately, the Jaguars lost, but I was kind of rooting for them, if I'm being completely honest. Anyway, Jordan Love, 14 for 22, 196 yards, and an interception. He didn't play his best game here. Malik Willis, he did get injured, so that's going to be a big thing going into next week. That's something that we have to watch out for. Malik Willis did his job, man. Like on that final drive, he just stepped up and did his job, and he threw a touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 25 carries for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. He played all right. Tucker Kraft led the team receiving on tight ends weekend with 3 for 78 in the score. Besides that, offense, they did a pretty good job of taking care of the football there for the Packers. Packers got 1 sack, 1 interception, and the Packers defense did just enough for them to win the game here. Meanwhile, look at the Jags. It's too bad they lost this game because, like I said, I was rooting for them. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence, 21 for 32, 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. I actually think Trevor Lawrence maybe played one of his better games this season. Tim Kingsbury, 18 for 78. Trevor Lawrence also had a rushing touchdown here. I'm pretty sure I was off a push. Bijan Robinson led the team receiving for 3 for 16 in the score. Christian Kirk unfortunately got injured. I'm pretty sure he's going to be out for the rest of the year, but that's going to be a huge piece right there of Jacksonville's offense. And Evan Ingram had 4 for 38 in a late score. As you can tell, the Jaguars did have some issues holding the ball in this game. They had 1 sack, 1 interception, and this game was just dead even. Like it was dead even to the finish. Overall, I thought both teams played great. I think I'm getting both teams A tiers again because I just think both teams played really well. Like both teams really wanted to win that game, but they both were really impactful in winning. So I think both teams get an A tier, man. That was a good performance all around. Jacksonville with their offense got the grooving a little bit. It looks like they're starting to find the rhythm. And the Packers, they just played a good game themselves, so I'm not even going to complain about him. So, like I said, defense gets a small reduction for both teams, but besides that, I think they played a pretty good, decent game. Excuse me, sorry about that. Alright, next we got the Texans barely edging out the Colts here 23-20 and a pretty good score here. We got Anthony Richardson 10 for 32, so he was kind of inaccurate, but he did score 137 yards. He did score a touchdown, but he did throw a pick. Jonathan Taylor 20 for 105 in the score. Josh Downs led the team receiving for 4-109 to score. He's really good. Josh Downs is, I think he's that wide receiver one for Indianapolis. He's been fantastic. Fumbles, I mean they did fumble the ball a little bit. Defense had 2 sacks. That's about it. And even though this defense didn't stuff the stat sheet, they really played the starting role factor in a losing way. We're looking at Houston here. C.D. Stroud, 25 for 37, 285 yards and a score. Joe Mixon, 25 for 102 in the score. Receivers led by Stephon Diggs for 8 for 81, but he did get injured and he's out for the year, that's kind of frustrating for Texans fans. Dalton Schultz 4 for 52 and Tate Dell had a score. They did run the ball. Defense had 5 sacks and forced 1 pick, so Houston's defense was really good in this game. But this team's gonna miss a lot on offense, man. Like they're already missing their top 2 wide receivers this game, and that could really much hurt the Texans. So that's gonna be something to really look for next week. I'm gonna give the Texans a B tier. They did all right. Not the best performance, not the worst performance. Same thing with the Colts, but I'm gonna give you guys a B tier. So I'm going to give you guys a C tier. So, kind of surprised we have no teams in the F tier so far. So we'll see if that stands, but we'll see. So, C, B tier, Texans, Colts. That was a kind of a fair game there. Alright, next up we got the Chargers beating the shit out of the Saints 26-8. And I think one of the Saints scores is actually a safety in this game, I'll be completely honest then. But look at Spencer Rattler, 12 for 24, 156 yards. Jake Wagner, 6-9 for 17 and 222, but that doesn't matter. Alvin Kamara struggled, only 10 for 67. Chris Olave led the team receiving 8 for 107. Chris Olave, I meant to say, he did come back from his injury. Alvin Kamara got some catches through the air, defense had 3 sacks. Didn't watch any picks or any turnovers, nothing like that. But that's just what it was. And the Saints defense, they held ground for a little bit, but after that they got kicked almost the entire game. Middle guy Justin Herbert here, 20 for 32, 279 yards and 2 touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins, 15 for 57 in the score. Receivers led by McCowney with 6 for 11 in 2 scores. And they did turn the ball a little bit, but they did have 5 sacks on their own. So I'm not even going to complain about it. But look at this game in general. I'm going to get the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers offense was a little bit slow to start. But I like the way how they kind of bounced back in this one. I'm going to get the Chargers an A tier. I think they're well deserving of an A tier performance here. Well, for the Saints, F tier. They didn't really do anything in this game, if I'm completely honest. Saints offense was terrible. Their defense got smacked after a little bit. Like, there's just nothing really good to me really to say about the Saints team. So I think they do get it. Unfortunately, they get our first F tier of the day. Alright, next up we got the Bills shellacking the Seahawks here, a 31-10 in a complete domination performance here by the Buffalo Bills on the road, and this was actually pretty disappointing for Seattle as well. Josh Allen, 24 for 34, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. James Cook, 17 for 111 and 2 touchdowns. He completely beat up that Seahawks defense. Shakir led the team receiving for 9 for 107. Keon Coleman, 5 for 70 in the score. Dalton Kincaid with 4 for 31 in the score. Defense had 1 sack, 1 interception, and ever since the beginning of Seattle's drive, they just completely beat the shit out of them for 24 hours. And we're looking at Geno Smith here, 21 for 29, 212 yards, and a pick. Geno Smith did not play a good game. The rushing game, nothing going on here. Receiving game, nothing really going on here, but Jackson Smith led the team receiving. But besides that, there's just absolutely nothing that went right here for Seattle. Defense had 1 sack and 1 pick, but Josh Allen did throw his first pick of the season. But besides that, the Seahawks completely just played like shit in this game. So I think this one's pretty simple. Seahawks are going to get an F tier, and the Bills are going to get an S tier, because that's just basically what that was. It was just kind of an ass beating here. So nothing too much to say about that game, but you guys know what I mean. Alright, next up we got the Panthers losing it to the Broncos here, 28-14 here. Now, I mean, I think we all kind of expected the Panthers to lose this game, but we kind of, like I said, I think we kind of expected them to score a little bit more points than 14. You know what I mean? Bryce Young here, 24 for 37, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions here. Kyle Harmon went 15 for 56. He kind of struggled there. Receiving looks like everybody got involved, but nobody was able to get a score but Leggett and Cocker. If I mispronounced that right. Carolina's defense did get 2 sacks. No turnovers, no picks, no turnovers, just like that. But they did have 2 sacks, and that's pretty impressive with a defense and who does not really have a defense. Maybe looking at Denver here, Bo Nix is balling out right now. I don't know what's up with him, but he's balling out. 28 for 37, 284 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Jalen Cockett led the team in rushing with 8 for 47, but Bo Nix did get the receiving touchdown. As I said previously, this man is just completely balling out. Adam Tubman, 4 for 85 in the touchdown. He did all right. Conklin also scored a receiving touchdown, and Atkins also scored a receiving touchdown here. Defense had 2 sacks, forced 2 interceptions, and the Broncos defense just dominated the game. It's just plain and simple. So overall, Carolina's defense was pretty efficient in this game. I probably would. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna give the Panthers an F tier. Besides that, they didn't really have anything. They kind of performed like shit. I'm gonna give Denver a B tier though. I thought they were gonna score more than 28 points, but But their defense completely dominated the game. But overall, not the best, not the worst performance I've never. But overall, I'll give them a B tier. But you could argue for an A tier there, just because they just dominated the Panthers. But that's just what that is. Alright, next we have the Chiefs getting another escaping win here over the Raiders, 27-20. So it's kind of unfortunate that the Chiefs are 7-0. And we're looking at Patrick Mahomes here, 27 for 38, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. And this is now 8 straight games that Patrick Mahomes has thrown an interception. Kareem Hunt, 21 carries for 59 yards in the score. Receiving was led by Travis Kelce this time for 10 for 90 in the score, his first score of the season. Xavier Worthy, 4 for 37 in the score. Defense have 5 sacks, forced a lot of damn turnovers, and Kansas City was really good in this game, especially defensively. I like what we saw from KC. I like what we saw from them. I thought they played really well. KC's defense was the reason why they kind of won this game. Anyway, Gardner Minshew here, 24 for 30, 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a bounce back game himself. Xavier Madison, there's really just nothing going on here in the rushing game for Vegas. Receiving was led by Brock Bowers, only 5 for 58, but Jacoby Myers and DJ Turner they get the 2 scores for them. Defense had 1 sack, did force a pick, but when they forced the pick, they couldn't execute in the red zone, and that's why they lost this game. I'll be completely honest, this game would have been to overtime at least. If they did that, but sorry about that. But guys, that's just a Raiders thing. That's just an all-time Raiders thing. But overall, the Raiders actually played pretty well, and they played pretty well. I mean, they didn't force any turnovers. They didn't turn over the ball. They're pretty efficient, but they just couldn't execute in the red zone. And the Chiefs, like I said, the Chiefs are not playing their best game. I mean, I'll give them a B this week because we saw some pretty good things out of their defense and offense. But I don't think the Chiefs are still playing 100%, and they're still finding a way to win football games. I'm gonna give the Raiders a C tier though. I mean, they play well. They just couldn't execute throughout the red zone and just could out execute the Chiefs. Like I said, that's why the Chiefs are winning every single week, because they always out execute their opponent. That's just what they do. And they do that every single time, and that's how they beat you every single time. Alright, next up we have the Commanders winning on the most dramatic fashion I think we ever seen in the NFL. Winning on an absolute Hail Mary, as you guys can see here. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys, because that was unbelievable. This Hail Mary is unbelievable. Hold on, I'm going to... See, look, if you guys can see us down here in this little corner, I can't do that unless it
goes to the right side, steps away from the defenders, gives himself some time, now steps up, fires, heads towards the end zone. It is...
That had to be one of the most dramatic finishes I think we ever seen. It literally tipped off the Bears defender, and it landed into the back of the end zone with somebody like standing back there. Like, that shit was unbelievable. That was one of the most unbelievable game winners I think I've ever seen. Anyway, look, Caleb Williams here actually played a pretty good game besides not throwing a touchdown or a pick. 10 for 24, 131 yards. I thought he played alright. Rushing was led by DeAndre Swift here for 8 for 129 and a touchdown. I think he did pretty well on Washington's D-line there. Receivers led by Rome with 3 for 41. Keegan Allen kind of struggled in this one. Defense had 2 sacks, and that's about it. Meanwhile, looking at Washington, Jayden Daniels here actually ended up playing, so that's why I switched my pick to Commanders. He ended up playing. He did 21 for 38 for 326 yards and 1 touchdown. But John Robinson, 16 for 65. He was kind of shut down, but compared to the Bears, like I said, the Bears are a really good defensive team here. Terry McLaurin led the team receiving for 5 receptions for 125. He continues to eat. His and Jayden Daniels' chemistry is really getting together. Let's see here. Commanders defense had 2 sacks. Did force a lot of fumbles here, so that was kind of great to see from the Commanders defense. But yeah, overall, this was a pretty good game here by Washington. Even though they didn't perform their best, they really played well. I would give Commanders a C tier. Not the worst performance, not the best performance. Probably could have saw a little bit more out of their offense, but their defense really played a huge factor in this. So I'm going to give credit to their defense. Bears, their defense played really well. Offense couldn't really score. You know what? They're going to get a C tier as well. Bears are going to get a C tier. They played really well until the end. Both of these two teams play about the same boat. Both defenses were really good, while both offenses kind of struggled to get going a little bit. So, yeah, but both defenses are well deserving of a C tier there. All right, and now we have Sunday Night Football, where we have Dallas beating San Francisco. The opposite way. But we have San Francisco beating Dallas here 30-24 in a pretty entertaining showing. And when Dak Prescott here 25 for 38, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Ezekiel Elliott 10 for 34 and a score. We saw CeeDee Lamb for 13 for 146 and 2 scores. We saw Dallas have 2 sacks, not really much interceptions, but this team is really missing Michael Parsons. They're really missing him badly on that D-line. We look at Brock Purdy, 18 for 26, 260 yards and a touchdown. He played really well. Isaac, 14 for 85 to score. Brock Purdy also had a rushing score. George Kittle led the team receiving for 6 for 128 in the score on tight ends weekend. I'd like to remind you that. Debo did get injured, so that's one thing we do have to consider about. He got injured again. Defense had 2 sacks. 2 sacks, no picks, no turnovers, nothing like that. But they did force a lot of fumbles and stuff. Overall, I thought San Francisco kind of dominated this game, but they gotta do better. They gotta do a better job of and plus their offense was a little bit slow to get going, so that's a little bit point of production from the S tier. Besides, I thought they played. Actually, I'm gonna give them a B tier because their offense took a little bit while to get going, but overall, I think they get a B tier. Dallas took a very long time for their offense to get going. They did kind of struggle at first, but overall they got together. They made a last minute comeback. I'm giving them a D tier. Actually, no, that's a little bit rude. I'll give them a C tier. If they didn't make that comeback, then we're probably talking about F tier, but we'll give them a C tier because they did make that last minute comeback. So I guess all right. All right, and then off we have the Giants losing to the Steelers here 26-18. Not really a big surprise here to anybody. Daniel Jones 24 for 38, 264 yards and 1 interception. I mean he played alright, but just not his best. Tracy 20 for 145 in the score. I thought he played well. Darius Slayton led to the receiving for 4 for 108. Malik Neighbors only 7 for 71 this time. Defense had 4 sacks. Giants defense actually played really well in this one. Honestly, even giving up 26 points, I thought they played really well. Forced the fumble, they did pretty well. Anyway, look at Russell Wilson, 20 for 28, 278 yards and 1 touchdown. Najee Harris led the team in rushing for 19 for 104. George Pickens led the team receiving for 4 for 74, while Calvin Austin got the touchdown. They did force the fumble, and Pittsburgh's defense got 4 sacks and a pick including in that. Overall, pretty good performance here by Pittsburgh. Can't complain about them. Defense kind of dominated the whole game. Offense couldn't look like it couldn't really do too much of anything. I thought they really played well, honestly. I'll give it an A tier. Giants. I mean, their defense played really well. Offense looked like could get going a little bit. I'll give them a D tier. I'll give them a D. I mean, I thought they could have done a little bit better on the offensive side of the ball, but executing, but not a worse performance. I'll give them a D tier. I think they just could have played a little bit better there. But there you guys have it. There's your tier list for week 8. A lot of good performances this week, as you guys can see here on the tier list. But next week, power rankings. We will have power rankings up for you guys next week because I'll be at the end of week 9. So, aka the front 9. So yeah, there you guys have it for that. And then we're gonna get to awards, and then we'll get out of here. Hopefully that sounds good to everybody. We'll get through the awards, and we will get out of here. All right. So like I said, I do appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate everybody's support. Week picks, 9 picks with the subs. That's coming out tomorrow. Make sure I stay tuned for those. Those are going to be a lot of fun. All right. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into the award portion of this. Let's go ahead and hand out some awards, and then after that we'll make our way out of here. So first, like I said, the first things first, the Superstar of the Week. The Superstar of the Week goes to the player that, obviously, that had a breakout performance, had a great performance. We're looking at all superstars from all categories. So who do you think deserves the Superstar of the Week? Let's find out. This one should be a pretty good one. So let's see who deserves to be Superstar of the Week. The Superstar of the Week. There's actually a couple of people actually went on with the honorable mention here, because I thought players had a pretty good performance by themselves. But my Superstar of the Week for quarterbacks, I think it goes to Jalen Hurts this week, man. My Superstar of the Week is going to Jalen Hurts for quarterbacks. He had a pretty good performance. He led. He made some really good throws. Really played well. Jalen Hurts getting my Superstar of the Week for the quarterbacks. Let me do my honorable mention slide. I'm getting honorable mention to Bo Nix. Bo Nix, he played like a star. He played like a stud. Bo Nix is gonna get my honorable mention for me. He played really well against the Panthers. Almost put up 29 fantasy points. Like he played well. He played well. All right, next up, let's go to the running backs, and I think this one's actually pretty obvious if you're asking me. I think there's no debate here. Superstar tonight, it has to go to James Cook. Has to go to James Cook. He completely bought out. James Cook was absolutely phenomenal. And this one, but he's getting the Superstar of the Week. I would like to give one honorable mention here. I'm trying to keep it one honorable mention per week. I do want to get an honorable mention to Devon Achane. If I have to honorable mention somebody, it'll be Devon Achane for the Dolphins. I thought he played really well as well, and it was good to see too. It was good to see Devon Achane have the performance that he did. So, give some credit to Devon Achane. He played well. But there you go, Devon Achane getting the honorable mention for my running backs. I thought both teams played well. Like I said, James Cook, he completely beat the shit out of Seattle. So there you have it. There's your Superstar of the Week for running backs. Wide receivers, I think this one's pretty obvious too. If I'm being completely honest, the wide receivers isn't. It has to be CeeDee Lamb, even though they lost. CeeDee Lamb, Cowboys. He basically did whatever you could to keep the Cowboys in the game. Sure they lost, but yeah, he did whatever you could to keep the Cowboys in the game. So I do think CeeDee Lamb gets the Superstar, but I do want to mention Ladd McConkey from the Chargers. he played really well. I know he played like a stud. He played like a star. Basically kind of led that Chargers offense to a win in the passing game, where we're not really used to seeing from the Chargers. But I like what we saw from him. I do think he's definitely worthy of the Star Role Award. I thought he played really well, and that was a big part of it, of the Chargers' huge success in this game. So he's definitely getting on the bench, you know. All right, tight ends. I thought every tight end really played well on National Tight Ends Day. If I'm being completely honest, I think everybody did pretty good in this one. But my superstar of the week for tight ends is going to go to Chris Otton. Cade Otton, my bad. It's going to go Cade Otton. Cade Otton is going to be my superstar of the week for tight ends. But there's a lot of good options out here. Lots of good options out here for tight end this week. A lot of tight ends played really well this week on National Tight Ends Day, so that was pretty good. That was kind of C to P. I actually do want to mention two people from the tight end position. Kyle Pitts. I'll give another mention to Kyle Pitts as well from the Falcons. Had 2 huge touchdowns in that game against the Buccaneers for him to win that game, and I also want to give some credit to George Kittle. Yeah, I want to give some credit to George Kittle too. I thought he played a great game as well. Stepped up, got a score. He played well. I think he definitely thought he played really well. Defensive teams. There's 2 ways you can go with here, and obviously there's 2 ways that you can go with this. But my defensive team of the week is going to go to the Lions. Lions are going to get my defensive team of the week superstar, but I do want to highlight the Steelers defense as well. Definitely do want to highlight the Steelers defense, and then Mike Tomlin, or I already gave the one award to Dan Campbell so far, so we're going to go Mike Tomlin this one for superstar of the week for the coaching staff. But I guess we can do Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell. Yeah, we'll go ahead and highlight there for superstar of the week. Like he coached the hell of the game, so not complaining about it. But superstar of the week, there you go. There's your superstars of the week. We have a pretty good list here. All right, let's go ahead and get to star in a role. This award is we're looking at the players who did not have the best night, but we're looking at guys who really did their job and they ended up winning the game for their team. So the star in a role. Like I said, the guys who didn't really have the perfect night, but they did enough for them to win their game, or did enough. I'm gonna go Baker Mayfield in this one for starting the role. He didn't have the perfect night, but I thought he played absolutely outstanding. Without the receivers, I was very impressed with Baker Mayfield. He gets a starting role for me for quarterbacks. Honorable mentions. We'll go with honorable mentions. Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford of the Rams played really well. Got the receivers back. Offense looked really good. Starting role, Matthew Stafford. He didn't have his perfect game, but he played a great game. So Matthew Stafford getting the starting role. Running backs. This guy kind of struggled on the ground, but he really did made a big impact to the upset win of the Jets. Give me Amandre Stevenson of the Patriots. Give me Amandre Stevenson of the Patriots. Just getting the starting role for me on running backs. Did whatever he could to win that game. I got upset win over the Jets. That was pretty remarkable to see. And his performance had to do a lot with that. So Amandre Stevenson get the superstar. I bet the starting role for running backs. I'm gonna give some credit to Joe Mixon as well. He's my one thing that I really want to mention. If I didn't have Amandre Stevenson as my winner, so Amandre Stevenson getting started in the role. Let's go ahead and move on. Wide receivers here. I'm gonna go Marvin Harrison Jr. Sure, like I said, he did not have his best night at all. But the way how he stepped up, the way how he stepped up and did his job, that was pretty cool to see. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to get the starting role. There's actually a couple wide receivers I actually want to mention here. I'm gonna give one to Calvin Ridley as well. Calvin Ridley of the Titans. I thought he played a good game. I thought he played a great game. Calvin Ridley. I also want to mention, I want to give some credit to Josh Downs. Josh Downs with the Colts. I thought he played really well as well. That was a pretty good performance there by Josh Downs. I gotta give that man some credit. Tight ends. There's a lot of ways you can look at this, but I'm gonna give it to Mark Andrews. I think Mark Andrews is starting to get a little bit more. Mark Andrews, he's starting to get a little bit going a little bit here, offensively. I'm also going to give another starting role to Dalton Kincaid. Scored a huge touchdown to kind of let the Bills in that blowout win. So I think that's starting role potential. I could go Evan Ingram here too, which I am because I don't think I highlighted him this year, so we'll go. There we go with the Jags. He played well. A lot of tight ends played well. There's a lot of ways you can go with this, but so there you have it for starting roles. Defensive teams. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one. Kind of got exposed a little bit, but they did just enough for them. They did just enough for them to get the edge on this one, so I'll give them that. I'm gonna go with Houston too. Houston's defense. I said they didn't play the greatest game, but they did just enough for them to win the game. So I think Houston's defense gets a starting role award. That was pretty cool to see as well. Alright, so there you guys have it for the starting role. Alright, and then the last main thing of the week, everybody's favorite segment. Let's get into the Master Lock. You guys know what this is if you guys been here for a long time. The Master Lock, the one thing that we Master Lock, what was the most annoying thing from the week. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and do this because you guys have been typing it anyway. You guys know the two things that we always Master Lock on the show. The Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift gets Master Locked. They get Master Locked every single show. If you guys haven't been here, they get Master Locked every single show. You guys know the deal. Chief, Taylor Swift, getting Master Locked every single show because it's necessary. It's necessary to Master Lock these guys every show. So that's what we do. They're getting Master Locked. They always get Master Locked. So enjoy these two getting Master Locked every show because it's always fun. Rams versus Vikings. Like I said, I think that one game that you could Master Lock here if you wanted to was that non-flag call. And we're gonna go ending. I mean, some people said call that like the no flag call on the non-flag call because the face mask. Like a lot of people could take the face mask, but in my opinion, I'm just gonna put it here anyway because a lot of people are gonna complain about it. But in my opinion, I don't think that would matter anyway because I think the Rams won that game regardless. But I'm just gonna put it up here because a lot of people are gonna match lock that. Panthers Broncos. I'm not gonna match lock anything for that game. I didn't see anything annoying from that. Jets Patriots. I'm match locking the Jets. We're match locking the Jets. Match lock the Jets. That was bad. We're match locking the whole team. That was embarrassing. Anytime you lose to the Patriots, you deserve to be match locked. Anytime you lose to the Patriots, you deserve to be match locked. So Jets getting the match lock. Jets are the exact definition of the match lock right now. Patriots, I got another match lock about them. Eagles Bengals. I'm going to match lock the Bengals defense. Actually, we're going to go secondary. I'm master locking the Eagles' secondary defense. I mean, that was pretty bad. But the Bengals are known to not really being a good defensive team. So, that's kind of understandable. But the Eagles just pound them. Like, how many big plays that we saw there? Like, that was pretty annoying there for Eagles fans. I meant for Bengals fans. Eagles, I got nothing to master lock about them. Packers, Jags, I got nothing to master lock for that game. I got nothing. I mean, that game was just kind of fair. It was going back and forth. Lions, Titans. Nothing much, really. Like, I can't master lock the Titans because they got their ass whooped. They were supposed to anyway. Detroit played well, so I'm not going to master lock them. Falcons, I'm going to master lock, yeah. I'm going to add it up here. I'm going to master lock I'm going to put the Bucs over there as well. Secondary defense. It was pretty bad. Gave up so many big plays. I think that was pretty annoying there from Bucs fans. I'll master lock that. Falcons, I don't really have anything to master lock from them. Cardinals, Dolphins, not too much to master lock from here. I think both teams played a fair game, but the Cardinals just ended up winning. I'm master locking the Ravens. Ravens are going to get master locked, and ended up losing against the Cleveland Browns team. That was pretty bad, so I'm also going to master lock the Ravens. I'm going to master lock the Ravens defense as a whole as well. The Ravens defense was not really that good in this game, and that kind of shocked a lot of people, so I think the Ravens deserve to be master locked in that category. Browns, I was pretty impressed. I know nothing about them. Colts, Texans, I'm going to master lock the Texans injuries. They lost a lot of bodies on there. They lost a lot of bodies. Now they have their two wide receivers out. Yeah, so I'm gonna master lock the Texans injuries. That was pretty sad to see the Stephon Diggs now go away, especially with Nico Collins already out, so I think Texans injuries are to be master locked. Colts, I don't have anything master locked to them. Saints, Chargers, I'm master locking the Saints offense. Saints offense was absolutely horrific in this game. Actually, no, we're gonna go defense too, because their defense did get out exposed for a majority of that game, which was pretty sad to watch. So I think the Saints offense, defense both get master locked. Not special teams, not too much. I can't master lock them, but the offense and the defense gets master locked. I mean, that was pretty bad. Chargers, not much there. Bills, Seahawks. We gotta master lock the Seahawks. We're getting embarrassed at home. They just played a pretty bad game overall. There's just nothing to say it. Seattle's gonna get master locked for me. Bills, got nothing for you guys. Commanders, Bears, and I'm only doing this because I'm a Bears fan. I'm master locking the Hail Mary. I'm master locking the Hail Mary. Master lock the Hail Mary. And I'm only doing this because of Bears fans. Okay, Commanders fans, you guys are not master locking this, but Bears fans, you're gonna master lock this all day. You're master locking the Hail Mary. I'm gonna say situation because the Bears kind of not executed that Hail Mary. Like, all they had to do was spike it down and the game would be over. But instead, they kind of tipped it up in the air and just landed to the hands of the Commanders. So that was pretty annoying. So I think that deserves to be master locked if you're a Bears fan. Chiefs, Raiders, nothing much here to master lock. You could master lock Patrick Mahomes' interceptions, or Chiefs turnovers, but I'm not going to. Raiders got nothing to master lock for them. Niners, Cowboys. I'm going to master lock the Cowboys second half. Cowboys start of second half, because that's when they really started to get exposed. There in the second half, Cowboys got their ass whooped to start the second half, so I think that was a pretty annoying for Cowboys fans. I think they'll master lock them. 49ers, I got nothing to master lock about them. Giants, Steelers. Nothing much to master lock here. I mean, I don't think I really found anything annoying from that. Yeah, I got nothing to master lock from that game. I really don't. Alright, so here is your master lock of the week. There you go. There's your master lock of the week. But guys, that is gonna do it. that's gonna do it for today's stream, aka this week 8 live reaction show. Make sure you guys come join us tomorrow for week 9 picks with the subs. We'll have that already. We'll have the analytics video ready for you guys. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate everybody's support. Anyway, I'm gonna hop out of here. Get this edit so you guys can watch it on time, or you guys can view it or whatever. I'm used to saying that for the YouTube video, but in the meantime, we'll see you guys in a bit. Do appreciate you guys for stopping by. And this is a big sign of Nation.com. Peace out, stay safe. See y'all in the next one. Peace out.